Family emergency, flying home immediately. Mom's in the hospital. We'll call when I can. I stared at Vanessa's text while reviewing client portfolios at midnight. Her emergencies had impeccable timing, always before important events, family gatherings, or serious relationship talks. But I analyze patterns for a living. American Airlines notification, Vegas, Nevada. First class confirmed. Her mother lives in Portland. Last I checked, Oregon hospitals weren't relocating to Nevada. I leaned back in my leather chair, the glow of my monitors casting shadows across my Scottsdale office. 3 years together. 3 years of total transparency and no secrets between us. And she picks the most verifiable lie possible. My phone buzzed. A notification from our shared frequent flyer account. The one she insisted we link for couple goals social media posts. Flight 447 to Las Vegas McCarran. Departure, 6:47 a.m. I pulled up her mother's Facebook page. Carol Blake, supposedly dying in a Portland hospital, had posted 15 minutes ago. Book club was amazing tonight. Can't wait for tomorrow's yoga retreat in the mountains. Does she think I'm stupid? Or has lying become so natural she's forgotten I have eyes? I opened Vanessa's Instagram. Her last story, posted an hour ago, showed the Phoenix Sky Harbor departure lounge with the caption, "Praying for miracles. Chakra family first." But I could see the gate number in the reflection of her phone screen. Gate A7. Vegas departures. Time to see what kind of medical emergency requires blackjack tables. I spent the next 2 hours doing what I do best, following the money and connecting dots. Flight manifests aren't public, but credit card statements are when you share accounts. Derek Hawthorne. First class seat 3B. Vanessa had 3A. Derek Hawthorne. I'd heard that name at the country club. Recently divorced from Catherine Hawthorne. Messy split involving gambling debts and frozen assets. The kind of man mothers warn their daughters about, if their daughters actually listened. I pulled up his LinkedIn. Entrepreneur and investment consultant. Translation, unemployed with expensive tastes. His Instagram was public. A gallery of casino floors, expensive cars he didn't own, and women who looked remarkably similar to Vanessa. Young, blonde, the kind who thought wealthy boyfriend was a career path. But here's what made my blood freeze. Derek had been commenting on Vanessa's posts for months. Heart eyes on her workout videos, fire emojis on her outfit posts, looking gorgeous as always on her couple photos with me. And she'd been deleting his comments after responding privately. I pulled up our phone records, another shared account for those sweet, sweet couple discounts, hundreds of deleted text threads, but phone companies keep metadata. 1:23 a.m., March 15th, 47-minute call. 2:15 a.m., March 18th, 1 hour, 12 minutes. 11:45 p.m., March 22nd, 2 hours, 8 minutes. All while I slept next to her, trusting her completely. She's not just lying about where she is. She's been planning this behind my back. I called Rita Walsh at 7 a.m. Rita's been the family attorney since before I could spell attorney, and she answered on the first ring. Jake Morrison calling before sunrise. Someone's either dead or cheating. The second one. I need everything you can find on Derek Hawthorne, and I need it fast. Rita laughed, but not the pleasant kind. Derek Hawthorne? Jesus, Jake. That man's a walking red flag factory. What's he done now? He's in Vegas with my girlfriend. Your girlfriend's got expensive taste in mistakes. Derek's known around town for targeting women in relationships, calls them his good luck charms, thinks attached women bring him better poker hands. I felt something cold settle in my chest. How long have you known about his methods? Long enough to know 3 other women have figured out his game the hard way. Want me to dig deeper? Everything. Financial records, legal troubles, social connections. And Rita? I need to know my options for protecting my assets. While Rita worked her magic, I started mine. First stop, our shared banking app. 6 months of emergency personal expenses that I'd trusted her to handle. $3,000 here, $5,000 there. Always with explanations I never questioned. Car repairs, medical bills, family emergencies. $28,470 in total, all withdrawn in cash. I cross-referenced the dates with Derek's Instagram stories. Every withdrawal matched a photo of him at a high-stakes table. She's been funding his gambling addiction with my money. By 10 a.m., I'd canceled her return flight, booked on my credit card, naturally. By noon, I'd contacted the dealership about her Audi lease, also in my name for better credit terms. By 2 p.m., I'd secured our joint accounts and started documenting everything. My phone rang, Vegas area code. Jake? Vanessa's voice was higher than usual, stressed. There's been a terrible mix-up with my flight. The airline says it's canceled, but I need to get home. Mom's getting worse. That's terrible news, Vanessa. Which hospital is she at again? Portland General. Why? Just checking. Because I'm looking at Portland General's website, and they don't have a Carol Blake registered as a patient. Silence. Jake, I can explain. The only mix-up is you thinking I wouldn't notice your family emergency at the Venetian poker room. I heard rustling, then Derek's voice in the background. What's Morrison's problem? You're on speaker now, aren't you? Perfect. Derek, this is Jake Morrison. I've heard so much about you. More rustling, then Derek's voice closer to the phone. Morrison, look, this isn't what you think. It's exactly what I think. It's exactly what I can prove. And it's exactly what everyone's going to know. The line went dead. Rita called back at 4 p.m. with a file thick enough to choke a horse. Jake, sit down. Derek Hawthorne isn't just a gambling addict. He's a system. He targets women in stable relationships, convinces them their boyfriends don't understand them, then uses their guilt and desire for excitement to fund his lifestyle. She spread photos across my desk. Catherine Hawthorne, his ex-wife, Sarah Martinez, a teacher from Phoenix, Jennifer Cole, a nurse from Tempe, all the same story, all the same financial drain. How much? Catherine lost $150,000 before she filed for divorce. Sarah lost her house. Jennifer's still paying off credit cards. I studied their photos, all blonde, all young, all looking exactly like Vanessa. There's more, Jake. Derek owes money to private lenders, not casinos. Those are regulated. We're talking about the kind of people who collect debts with crowbars. How much does he owe? Conservative estimate? $200,000. And his payment plan involves skipping town once the heat gets too high. That evening, Derek showed up at my door with Vanessa in tow. I'd been expecting this. Desperate people make predictable moves. My Ring doorbell caught everything in high definition. Morrison! Derek pounded on my door like he owned the place. We need to talk! I opened the door with my phone recording. Derek, Vanessa, how was Vegas? Vanessa looked like she'd been crying. Derek looked like he'd been drinking. Perfect. Jake, please. I made a mistake, but Derek loves me and I love him. You can't just abandon our relationship because of one trip. One trip? I held up my phone, showing our bank statements. Vanessa, you've been funding Derek's gambling addiction for 6 months. This wasn't a trip. This was a business arrangement. Derek stepped forward. Morrison, you need to honor your commitments to this relationship. Vanessa deserves better than some pencil-pushing financial advisor who can't satisfy her. I smiled. Derek, tell me about your relationship with Sarah Martinez. His face went white. Or Jennifer Cole. Or should we discuss Catherine's divorce testimony about your good luck charm collection? Vanessa turned to Derek. What is he talking about? Baby, he's lying. He's desperate. He's trying to turn you against me. I pulled up Derek's text messages, the ones I'd legally obtained through Rita's connections. Derek, would you like to read what you told your poker buddies about Vanessa? Something about your personal ATM? Vanessa grabbed my phone. I watched her face crumble as she read Derek's messages. Blonde bimbo thinks I love her. Easiest money I ever made. She actually believes I'll pay her back when I hit it big. Derek? Vanessa's voice was barely a whisper. Derek grabbed for the phone. That's taken out of context. But I had backups. I always have backups. Context? I pulled out my laptop and connected it to my TV. Let's talk about context. The screen filled with Derek's Instagram DMs, the ones Rita's investigator had obtained from his other victims. Identical messages to Sarah, Jennifer, and Vanessa. Word-for-word promises. Copy and paste declarations of love. Derek, you've been running the same script on 3 women simultaneously. Did you forget to delete your drafts folder? Vanessa sank onto my couch, staring at identical messages professing Derek's unique love for each woman. But I wasn't finished. Vanessa, remember when you thought Derek was working late all those nights you were having girls' night? He was with Jennifer Cole. When you thought he was visiting his sick grandmother? He was with Sarah Martinez. I clicked to the next screen, GPS data from Derek's phone, cross-referenced with credit card receipts, a timeline of lies spanning months. Derek's been promising each of you that I was the obstacle to your happiness, that once you left me, you'd be free to build a life together. Derek's face was red now, desperate. Morrison, you're a pathetic little man who can't handle losing. Vanessa chose me. Did she? I turned to Vanessa. Tell me, what exactly did Derek promise you? Vanessa's voice was hollow. He said once his big win came through, we'd travel together, that I could quit social media and he'd take care of everything. I nodded. Sarah Martinez heard the same promise. So did Jennifer Cole. Derek, how many big wins are you expecting? Derek lunged for my laptop, but I'd seen this coming. Everything was already uploaded to a private server, with copies going to my attorney, my accountant, and my security company. You want to know the real context, Derek? The context is that you've been recording private conversations with all 3 women. Vanessa's head snapped up. What? I played the audio file, Derek's voice clearly audible, coaching someone through what sounded like an intimate phone conversation. Just tell me you love me, baby. Say it like you mean it. This is going to make us so much money. Vanessa was off the couch now, backing toward the door. Derek, what is that? Derek's mask finally slipped completely. Look, those women all get what's coming to them. You think I'm supposed to feel sorry for anyone foolish enough to... I stopped recording. I had everything I needed. Derek, I want you to understand something. I'm not angry. I'm not heartbroken. I'm not even surprised. I walked to the window, looking out at my neighbors' houses. Half of them had their lights on, probably wondering about the shouting. I'm grateful, because in 6 months you've shown me exactly who Vanessa really is. Someone who lies reflexively, someone who steals systematically, someone who betrays completely. I turned back to them. Vanessa, your return flight is canceled. Your car lease is terminated. Your access to our accounts is frozen. Your social media sponsors are receiving copies of your bank statements, showing where their money really went. Vanessa's face went pale. Jake, you can't. Your career was built on lies about our relationship, while you funded another man's gambling addiction. Did you really think that was sustainable? Derek grabbed Vanessa's arm. Come on, baby, we don't need him. We'll figure this out. But Vanessa was looking at her phone now, watching her Instagram notifications explode as word spread through our social circle. Her follower count was dropping by the hundreds. Derek, she said quietly, where exactly are we going to figure this out? Your apartment was foreclosed on last month. Derek's grip tightened. Vanessa, don't listen to him. He's trying to manipulate you. No, I said, closing my laptop. I'm done manipulating anyone. I'm done protecting anyone from the consequences of their choices. I'm done being the safety net for people who see me as an obstacle to their happiness. I walked to the door and opened it. Derek, you have 10 minutes to get off my property before I call the police. Vanessa, you have until Sunday to collect your belongings. After that, anything left here goes to charity. Derek started to argue, but Vanessa was already walking toward the door. Vanessa, I called after her. Next time you bet on someone else, make sure you're not the one being played. She stopped, turned back one last time. For a moment, I thought she might apologize, might show some recognition of what she'd destroyed. Instead, she said, You'll never find anyone who loves you like I did. I smiled for the first time in days. Vanessa, you never loved me at all. You loved my bank account. Derek never loved you. He loved your access to my bank account. The only person who got played here was me, and that game just ended. The door closed behind them with a soft click. Outside, I could hear Derek's voice rising as reality set in. His meal ticket was gone, his debts were still due, and his reputation in Scottsdale was officially destroyed. I poured myself a scotch and sat down to delete Vanessa from my phone, my social media, and my life. Tomorrow, Rita would handle the legal cleanup. Next week, I'd change the locks and update my security system. But tonight, I was finally free from both toxic people who thought they could play me like a slot machine. The house felt different already, cleaner, quieter. Mine, 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 mine.